There's so much. Sniper rifle, SMG, slam. There's really a lot here. All the props, all the NPCs. How about we check where is Gordon mentioned? NPC talker. Alright, here we go. Kelly, here's a cool spot to have the talk NPC talk about the dead player if we want. Oh dear, Gordon Freeman is dead. Scientist. Damn, I can't do this without you, Barney. It's... So this has not been done. This has not reached the game. It's a funny way to say, to put comments like that. And then more uncommented code. I think this is the first big block of code that is commented out that I found for the friend to answer. So this is not done. I mean, this is not done either, or it has been refactored somewhere else. And this was just maybe the first attempt or another attempt to do that. So, if Gordon is pre-criminal, do some stuff. What do we have here? Advisor will queue up these many objects to throw at Gordon. Oh, poor Gordon. Always getting things in his face. Impart necessary force on any entity to make it clobber Gordon. Found more than 180 obstructions between Advisor and Gordon while throwing. Save to continue. Oh, it's an assert message. So, if Gordon is invulnerable, whereas Alex always assumes she has said hello to Gordon. Alex is polite. Talk hello? The talk hello. Oh, set spoke concept. That's interesting. AI player ally. Yeah, this is an AI part, right? Because is this like NPCs have a list of concepts, basically context or concepts, and based on that, in different situations, the NPC could say, "Oh, do I have this information in my kind of brain? Like, do I know about this context or this context? Yes, no? Oh, then I could say this, or I could say this. Get expressor. It's, yeah, I assume it is something like that. Spoke concept. Let's go back to Gordon. I like to go to code without much purpose. And just see what you find. Alex always kicks her health back up to full after loading a save game. Avoids problems with player saving the game in places where she dies immediately afterwards. So health is maximum 80. What else do we have about Gordon? We only poison Gordon down to 12 early in the game with a chance that reaching our 20 by the next charge. Some good kind of last mile fix. I knew that if you talk about Gordon, we fight good. We become combative after Gordon becomes a criminal. Dr. Kleiner, slave, ladies, suave, slave, suave, ladies, man, meaning the fight against the evil combined, while constantly having to help his idiot assistant Gordon. Okay? If Gordon's criminal, do damage now! Can only damage other NPCs that we hate. You must hate. In your move away because Gordon becomes the man. Is this idiot assistant also mentioned in other places? Select fail schedule in the NPC combine. This is the effect of an unfortunate bug that usually plagues shotgunners. Sorry, shotgunners. Since their rate of fire is low, they spend relatively long periods of time without an attack squad slot. If you corner a shotgunner, usually the other members of the squad will hog all of the attack slots and pick schedules to move to establish line of fire. During this time, the shotgunner is prevented from attacking. If he can also find cover, the fallback case, he will stand around like an idiot right in front of you. Instead of this, we have him run up to you for a melee attack. Okay, like also the last mile fix of AI behavior. So schedule would be, I guess in this context, a plan that the AI come up with. It's like, okay, my schedule is I'm going to take cover there and then shoot on you. It's this type of stuff. And shotgunners, it appears that they are kind of last in their in place to decide what they can do, and they are last to decide the options lab assistants from putting. So, Dr. Ellie Vance, Herf's Lard's Great Orb, invasion, as well as trying to stop that idiot lab assistant from putting the move on his daughter. It's fun. It's like putting part of your story and GDD in your comments. That's the purpose of this class. Or I mean the purpose of Ellie. This one we saw. Here we are in Team Fortress, the idiot box, Wormgear and so on. The Team Fortress code is again, you see it is again one level different than the Half-Life code. Just from the style of coding, it's a bit different sometimes. So I wanted to check if there are others also here a lot. That was interesting to see based on our other videos. And there are quite a lot, you know, we have like 726 assert messages. Things like, let's take something that maybe is understandable. Can add listeners multiple times. So we assert the message. Assert message, would this be a hard failure? Not sure. Okay, it's identical to assert, but you have another initial message. Okay, so you can decide if you want to ignore it or not that all your asserts fail. There was also another type of assert, I think it was assert cast. So you are making sure that what you get, is just a cast. So you get the owner and the base class object, and we store it in the base class object. What gives entity owner, and then assert result. Like is this just a cast? How is this different from just a cast? Or just assert cast is probably. What else do we have maybe on the other side? Barney CPP. Much less in this. There is a right. If it would please work, that would be fun. I don't know why it doesn't work. Like, come on, load it. Like, why is it CSS file are broken? I don't know why. But anyway, there is all the things here. So the engine under the hood of Half-Life 2 can make a game a success. Let Source do the heavy lifting so that your team can focus on building great games. If you're interested in building a product using Source or Source 2, talk to us about options for distribution on Steam. So there's even a category on Steam with games only built with Source. And yeah, you know, I mean, you have the classics that you all know, plus a few more. Some are multiplayer, some puzzles, and a lot of stuff. So here we have the recent reviews, some are mods, and some are full games based on the Source engine. Top seller, Apex Legends. Is this done with Source? Really? I didn't know that. Okay, also uses a heavily modified version of the Source engine under the Titanfall branch. I didn't know that Apex Legends used Source engine. It's a great FPS overall. Yeah, Left 4 Dead of course. This one is fun, I like it. And all the other one. I didn't know Titanfall and Apex was Source. That's a surprise. And all kinds of stuff. Stanley Parable. Well, it was a mod. I think it started as a mod, right? And then became a full thing. So if I go to the Source SDK index, there is a lot of stuff there that basically is explaining how the engine works, how you use it and so on. So level design, let's say, oh, we have all this stuff, specific games. If I take just Half-Life 2, this one we have, I don't know, Razor Trains, for example. This is Source engine. It shows you the stuff, it explains to you how it works. List of particles, all the particles you have here, maybe, how about sand? Sand, smoke, PCF. All the list of all the particles. Vehicles, Outland, doesn't work. What is this website? I'm happy Steam works better than this. And then we have, on the programming side, all the things. So here we have, for example, the common techniques, think rate, and so on, trace lines, going from point A to point B, and if it hits, so basically it's a raycast, it's called trace line.